From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
That's a nice run right there. Able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38. First down, Winston. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Giants! A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Giants are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and it'll give the Chiefs a first down. The Chiefs at 4-10 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jameis to throw it. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Winston now. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Winston. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Third and long for Winston. Under pressure, they got him again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Darnold now to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
This is taken at about the 14. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Ready. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Winston. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Winston now to throw on first down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Winston. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Darnold. He's going to look deep for more. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second and goal from the 6 this time. And it's caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Rondale Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room.
Jameis now on first down. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A first down throw for Winston.
Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing now for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
Jameis again. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
In motion comes the tight end left. From the red zone now, Winston.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And this one is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On second down, it's Walker. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Darnold. He's got a man complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Throwing quickly, Darnold, that's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Walker. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And his kick is indeed good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
To try again after the sack. Winston. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Winston. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. take it all the way down and just take the delay. I think probably just trying to draw him off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They go back to Pollard on second down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So Sam Darnold, not really known for having the strongest arm in the NFL, but he certainly laid that one out there.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. Now to the ground, here's Walker. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Logan Hall is there for the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Off of play action, Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Logan Hall fighting through and dropping him for the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Back to throw, Darnold. And this one's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Darnold. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them.
There he goes, right side, past the 20. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this 2nd half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this will be recovered by the Giants. And that ought to just about do it. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Second down, back to Sanders. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Going for it with Sanders. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Darnold to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. What a finish.